Laura. I'm Tanya here, the CEO of Farmlands, coming to you from an incredibly empty support office here in Otatahi, Christchurch. So firstly, thanks for taking the time today to give me a few minutes of your time to have a listen to what I've been thinking about after my first few months in my role here at Farmlands. So based on the conversations and feedback that I've had and have been having, I wanted to provide an indication to you of where I feel Farmlands needs to head. So as we all know, Farmlands was set up 60 years ago as a distributor in the ag sector. And since then, we've proudly served, supplied and supported generations of Kiwi farmers. We also know that farming in Aotearoa is rapidly changing and evolving, and doing things the same way is not an option if we're going to continue to meet the needs of you, our customers, and ultimately of your customers. Since joining Farmlands, I've had the pleasure of spending time with a number of shareholders, been welcomed onto farms, reviewed a lot of data and research, met with industry stakeholders, spent time in our stores, and it's clear to me that the Farmlands spirit is really strong. It's also clear to me that it's become diluted and a little lost over the last little while. Like many organisations who become successful, we've become the established traditional organisation rather than the innovator and the challenger. So our commitment is to improve experiences for customers and improve results for our shareholders. And at the moment, we're not being consistently great at that. We do, however, have the fundamentals of an outstanding agribusiness. What I hear time and again is Farmlands cannot continue to do the same things in the same way if we're going to remain competitive in what is becoming an increasingly competitive market. And I totally agree with that. So there are 5 key areas that I'm going to talk briefly about that will inform what we're focusing on. So firstly, large and complex. Farmlands has become a large, complex and multifaceted organisation with more parts to it than you can probably imagine. It's really clear that we've tried desperately to be all things to all people, and consequently we've got a cost base that matches. We have a number of unsustainable metrics. The inflationary pressure that you face for on-farm inputs is concerning to everyone. We recognise that our role is to alleviate that pressure as much as we can. While we have a high sales and a hugely diverse product range, as a low margin business, we must leverage our scale better. What we buy, how we manage inventory and leverage scale is critical to our customers, shareholders, and to our environment. The way we currently manage inventory is costing us too much, meaning that our net margin is too low, which ultimately prevents us from investing in price where we need to. And that isn't sustainable for you or for us, and we must be focused on changing that. Relevancy. New Zealand farm spend is increasing while Farmlands share is static, indicating that we've been losing market share. And our customer value proposition is not resonating like it should, and we obviously have to work on that one. We do, though, have loyal and passionate people. Farmlands has an amazing team who are proudly connected to the communities they're part of. Farmlands, though, needs to be more dynamic. Our culture sometimes feels stuck. Processes get in the way of just getting on with it, and inclusion and diversity aren't sufficiently embraced. And we've actually done some amazing groundwork. With your support, big calls have been made and wise investments, most notably to invest in upgrading our legacy IT systems. Now that we have this, it's going to make life so much easier for us to use data and insights to deeply understand our customers and deliver what they need. We have a focus on dramatically improving the basics. Being brilliant at the basics is going to be the underlying element of our F23 budget. And those are people, for building, engaging and empowering our team. Purpose, being clearer on why Farmlands exists and ensure that what we do every day supports this, including much improved communication with our shareholders and customers. Creating accountability, continuing to reduce our cost base to strengthen our performance and introduce initiatives that both improve efficiency and deliver value for our shareholders and customers. And simplification. As I mentioned earlier, improving the basics. For us initially, that's going to be a huge focus in terms of our supply chain and inventory management, ensuring we've got the right products available, at the right prices, creating personalized customer experiences, and identifying new revenue channels. All of that while making sure we're making the right choices for a low carbon future. So, how are we going to measure the success of this? Success ultimately will be through sustainable and profitable growth. And this is going to be driven by continuing to listen to the needs of our existing and new customers and shareholders, improving customer experiences across all touch points, and embedding a dynamic and inclusive culture. I'm really pleased to let you know that these efforts that we've been making are already starting to pay off. We've been making changes to our commercial focus, to how we organise ourselves internally, and to our culture. And also through a combination of improved performance and cost out initiatives, we're showing some good growth against last year, and we are on track currently to pay a rebate. So Farmlands, the place set up by farmers for farmers with an amazing spirit, part of which has always been around disrupting and challenging the status quo. We're going to be the people that lead and push the boundaries. We've done it before, we're going to do it again. That partnership with you is absolutely critical to this success. And your feedback is really important to how we inform our future plans. So I'd love to hear from you directly, or you could fill out the survey that we've included in this email so that we can hear directly from you. And I can absolutely assure you that those voices will be heard and used and listened to and built into our plans. So I guess what you're getting a feel for is that we have an ambitious work program here at Farmlands. We are on a program of evolution, I would say, and I'm looking forward to keeping you all updated on that. So ngā mihi nui for your continued support, and have a great day.